Hey everyone, and welcome back to today's Bible study. We're in the book of Daniel and we are on the final chapter, chapter 12. So we finished off chapter 11 with a prophetic vision for Daniel over quite a long period of time on the conflict between the north and southern kings. And we go all the way up to the point which everything had been fulfilled to a T, so much so that people question that it was actually a historical account rather than a prophetic account. And then we go all the way up to verse 36, and from here on out this is about the upcoming Antichrist, the final global dictator. And then it ends with the fact that the Antichrist will come to his end and no one's going to be there to help him. So all this we've heard many times before, so it's just reconfirming the story over and over again from a variety of people all at different times, which is how God works, to prove that his word is the truth. So here we are in chapter 12. Let's get right into it. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time shall thy people be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. So at the same time as all this that was happening in the tribulation period, we've got Archangel Michael, who's going to be part of this battle. And my commentary says here that Michael is Satan's opposite. He's not Jesus' opposite because he's only an angel, so he's a fallen angel. So Satan's not the opposite of Jesus, he's the opposite of Michael, who is a very high-ranking angel. And Michael is going to be the one to see that Satan's attempts to annihilate the nation during the tribulation is not successful. So Michael's job is to protect Israel. He is the spiritual guardian over Israel. And it's interesting here that there'll be a time of trouble, which is the Great Tribulation, which in Jeremiah this is referred to as Jacob's trouble, and it's for Israel, and it's going to be never was since there was nation, even to that same time. And we know the Jews have been through so much persecution throughout the whole history, and Satan has always targeted the Jews because he knows that God is ordaining his purpose through the Jewish nation. So yeah, Satan's always tried to go for the Jews especially. However, it says here, no matter how great the attack against Israel, God promises to preserve them, and he will deliver all of those who are found written in the book. So it doesn't mean that every Jew or every Israelite will be saved, but Israel as a whole will be known as a people who trust in Jesus as the Messiah. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So again, if we're talking about the Jews here, this is what we were saying before, that some are going to be resurrected and have that everlasting life in the millennial reign and forevermore, but some won't. They'll be even in everlasting contempt. See, our souls are eternal. We don't just cease to exist after we are freed from this meat suit and we're either having eternity with God or eternity separated from God. So this is referring to the individual body. And they that be wise shall shine as brightness to the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars for ever and ever. Wow, so all those who are wise are going to shine. Wise shall shine, just like the stars. And what is wise? Here it says, those who turn many to righteousness. Guiding someone to righteousness is what makes someone wise. Now this probably applies to all wise, but obviously talking about this time period, it's likely to be the 144,000 in the end times, the Jews who are evangelizing in the Great Tribulation. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So here he's told to seal the book, so that's authenticating the message and preserving the message. And we see here a description of the end times where people will run to and fro and knowledge shall increase. Knowledge is more than it ever has been, thanks to the internet as well. We are exposed to so much more knowledge about the word. And there are so many people running around right now, me included, trying to find out information about future events and the end times as well. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. And one of them said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and sware by him that liveth for ever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. So all these visions, right back from chapter 10, were taking place at this riverbank, and he sees these figures, possibly angels, and one of the angels asked, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And the other angel said, 3.5 years, which is the Great Tribulation. Obviously the tribulation period is 7 years, but up to the Great Tribulation, when the Antichrist turns, it's going to be 3.5 years. So this is confirmed again. Multiple books, multiple sources, multiple visions are all concluding the same thing. And then it says, to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. So that's Israel. And when it looks like Israel has been completely destroyed, it's then that the Messiah is going to return. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? Daniel didn't get it either, even though he's there. He literally had the vision. He's seen the angels. And he's still like, wait, what? So if you're also looking at this and you're like, oh, don't worry, even Daniel didn't get it at first. Or it could be very much so that he was in utter disbelief. Like, what, this can't be real? Seriously, this is all going to happen? What? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,335 days. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Wow. So the response from the angel is, Go thy way, Daniel. And that's kind of more of a, that's all the questions for now, Daniel, until later, if things will be revealed later. But for now, that was the end of the questioning session. No more questions. And then we've got a very specific time frame here. From the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away and the abomination of desolation starts, we know it's 1,290 days from there. So from that point, that's the sign that marks Jesus' return. Now what is interesting, he says, Blessed he that waits 1,335 days. Now, we're not sure what that is. We are told to wait until the time comes for us to reveal that. But that's an extra 45 days longer than the tribulation period of 1,290 days. So we don't know what that extension is, but apparently if you persevere to the end of that period, you are clearly blessed. It could be those who survive by miracle, survive the tribulation period. And so this book is ended with a very important line and an important reminder for us as well. While I'm sure Daniel was overwhelmed and really intrigued about what he was told, it was clear instruction that he's not to spend all of his time and energy worrying about things that he just couldn't know the answers to. He is to do what we are to do, which is simply obey the word and keep going until the end. Go thy way till the end. And many people take that to try and debunk pre-trib rapture as well. I do want to point that out, that they say, oh, you've got to endure to the end. In other words, you've got to endure till you die, or endure till you get your head cut off in the tribulation. But it's just to the end of your life, whenever that might be. You just keep going every single day. You don't worry about what's going to happen. You just endure to the end. That's our role. That's our duty. Now, Daniel had clearly demonstrated incredible faithfulness throughout his life. He continued to serve God even when he was in this pagan world. And he obeyed regardless of what the outcomes were. When he was thrown in the den because he was told not to pray, he didn't stop. He always put God first. He was faithful in prayer and fasting, and he received incredible visions. But his ultimate allegiance was to the one true God. And he's an example for us all to live in our faithfulness even in this pagan world. Always worship and give glory to Yah every day, and not worry about the end times so much that it's going to distract you from your role in this world, and that is to keep going until the end and be wise and bring many to righteousness as well. So there we go. A beautiful book. Daniel was a treat. It really was. I really enjoyed that. There were so many incredible visions that Daniel was blessed with. And you know, we're going to meet these guys in the kingdom. It's absolutely incredible to think that. So there we go. I hope that has blessed you. Thank you for joining me in the book of Daniel. As for what's coming next, I will take a look at the poll that we did. I can't remember off the top of my head, and we'll see what kind of goodies we've got in there. But I don't know when I'm going to get into that. There are some things I need to do and take care of, but as soon as I find a nice block of time, I'll make sure I'll be able to devote myself to creating videos for you guys as well. So please stay tuned, and as always, in that time, if I think of any other videos, I'll pop them in on a Sunday like I usually do, but there is no set schedule as of yet. But I'll keep you updated, either on Instagram or in the community tab if it's been a while. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Remember to leave any comments, takeaways you've got in the section below. Remember, Jesus loves you very much. He's coming back soon. God willing, I'll speak to you soon, and until then, have a blessed day. Bye. Shall be written, and they that be wise shall shine. Blessed he that waits 335 days. Ooh.